Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. We're here to give you full update on what is happening in Nigerian political world. Now, yesterday, Kwankwaso was granted interview and he talked about so many issues, the likes of insecurity, the likes of the issue of education in Nigeria. But the one that got our attention was when the issue of Tinubu and Shetima's case was brought up. These two guys are actually Muslim, and what he will have to say about it. And he gave very shocking replies, which got a lot of people thinking, especially supporters of Peter Obi. Don't forget, before now, there was going to be a synergy between NNPP and Labour Party, that's Kwankwaso and Peter Obi, but it fell when it seems as if both of them were struggling to be the number one person. Kwankwaso say he can never condescend to be, a running mate to Peter Obi, being that Peter Obi is from the southeast and all of them. A lot of stories surrounded it, and there were a lot of clarification that was made. But the bottom line is that both of them parted way. Right now, Peter Obi has gotten for himself Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, who is also very superlative when you talk about educational or entrepreneurial development. He has gone very far and is also a youth. Now, Peter Bola Ahmed Tinubu has come up with his own also, talking about Kazim Shettima, former governor of Borno State. But a lot of talks are going on right now. Kwankwaso has added his voice to it. But Kwankwaso seems to support Tinubu, and you will see the reason why he's supporting Tinubu, and he also sent a caution to him what he is expected to do, especially considering the fact that campaign periods like this are very rigorous. We are going to look at why there is some tension in the camp of Peter Obi, considering that interview, especially when he talked about, that's Kwankwaso interview, when he talked about Tinubu. And we're going to be giving you full details of that in a jiffy. But before we do that, if you're not subscribed to our channel, please do well. Hit on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. Now, according to the news, Senator Rabi Kwankwaso has declared that he will support Bola Ahmed Tinubu to win the 2023 presidential elections if he fails to get it. Kwankwaso, who is the presidential candidate of the NNPP, made the revelation in an interview on Arise TV on Sunday night, shortly after Tinubu announced ex-Borno Governor Kashim Shettima as his running mate. He added that he has interacted with Tinubu very well in the past and he has no doubt about the ability and strategy of the famous Lagos politician. According to him, he said, ordinarily, if I cannot get it, I can recommend him. That's Tinubu. He expressed support to Tinubu's selection of Shettima, adding that it was a good choice. He, however, urged Tinubu to take good care of his health because campaigning is a rigorous process, adding that the APC candidate to take it easy. He said in his word, he said, if you see my friend Bola, tell him to take it easy and to take care of his health. This campaign is very rigorous and requires a lot of effort. And then this guy asked him a question. Ruben, Abati, who was the interviewer, asked him a question. He said, "Do you have anything to do with medicals? Do you have? Are you a medical doctor?" He said, "No." He now cited an example where he went to, get tested in Aso Rock. The doctor there, when he saw him, put his two hands on the head and was giving him a pre-knowledge of what it should be expected of him in the future. That though he had entered at a younger age of 42 as the governor of Kano State, but he has a lot to do, and that may worsen his health condition. Now, get to understand this. We know that Nigeria is not a small country. It's a big country, and if you must get involved in leadership in this country and want to put all your mind to solving problems, you're going to get old in a jiffy. I could still remember when the likes of Jonathan came in. Before we said who goes there, Jonathan say was totally white, and he grew all of a sudden. The only person that amazes me who gets younger every day despite the multiple problem of Nigeria is actually the current president of Nigeria. Though Sibanjo even has aged, but the president seems to still look very young. However, That's not really our concern. Our concern is the fact that Kwankwaso said if he won't succeed in getting the number one position, he would throw his support on Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He will recommend Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The question is, what is expected of Peter Obi supporters to do at a time like this? And for me, suggestion, go to our comment section, let's talk about it. But for me, personal opinion is that they need to double their hustle. And that doubling of hustle is in the area of more sensitization, meet community gatekeepers, in especially in the northern part of the country. Because if you're talking about the south and southeast, I can assure you that we'll get something reasonable from there for Peter Obi. But when you go to the north, we are yet to really ascertain the extent of popularity, how famous Yusuf Adati Baba Ahmed is. He may be a disciplinarian, he may be one who hates anything like corruption and all of that. But then politics go beyond that. You need to be famous enough for you to get the people's vote. Now, what are the strategies to be adopted in events of Kwankwaso throwing his support behind Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Don't you think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will win? It's something that we need to really talk about. But guess what? If you ask me, I think that Peter Obi needs to start synchronizing with so many popular persons. It shouldn't just be the youths alone. Also meeting all the key stakeholders, especially traditional rulers, go around, have an opportunity of talking to them about the plans you have. Or possibly Yusuf Adati should be the one who should reach out, especially to his northern brethren, to let them understand what is in their mind concerning them and how they are going to go about it, letting them understand that right now politics of ethnicity should be it should be a forgotten issue, but they need to go stronger and stronger by respecting those who intends to help them. And there are a lot of things that also was said, which I just want to talk about. A lot of people say that with this move by Kwankwaso, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu need not to work too hard, but just to make sure he continues with his strategy to reach out to the people. And Shetima also should be put on the edge to work harder so that they can conquer the entirety of Nigeria. But then let's look at what Nigerians have to say. Someone says here, Kwankwaso no be presidential candidate. Nah, no serious presidential candidate will say such. Man, that was another thing I had to talk about. And he said the person says here there are only two parties, PDP and Labour Party. APC is going no way. They goof. Now, this APC is going no way. The goof is one of the things that may really deceive us. Everyone is still in the race. And candidate advice is that nobody should underestimate the capacity of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The youths down here who are educational, or who are enlightened enough may say, no, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not go anywhere and all of that. But that local boy or that local young man, the local girl, local young man or young lady in faraway farm settlement in the northern part of Nigeria may not say the same thing. You understand? He may not say the same thing. Why? Because most of them don't even understand that Nigeria can change. Most people have what they think in their mind is that Nigeria will never change. This is the Nigeria we saw, and we just have to keep voting for the people that we have been voting for. Well, this is where we are, and there's nothing we can do to solve it. So the issue is you gotta reach out. We must not underestimate anybody. The supporters of Peter Obi need to reach out to the nooks and crannies of the northern part of the country, because that is where elections are won and lost. Some of them you say Peter Obi and they're like, what's Peter Obi? And there's another person who will go in there and say, vote for APC. APC will change your life. APC will do this and do that and do that. Remember, our governor is there. All these other people, they will use all manner of ethnicity statement to cajole them, to vote for them. So this whole issue should not just be a city thing. We need to go down to far away to see how they can get enough support such that even if there's a major along the way, possibly Kwankwaso decides to give up into APC, Peter Obi can still sustain that pressure and will come out smoking at the end of the day. That's where we like to leave it. What do you think about the latest statement made by Kwankwaso saying that he will support or recommend Bola Ahmed in the event of him losing?